here in North Spokane, and I want to make sure that folks know that North Spokane, had a lot of loss.
Tonight on the KREM 2 Night Report, community meetings this week are providing new updates on the Spokane area fires. Tonight, we attend one and bring you everything we learned.
Our weather impact alert continues tonight as the smoke lingers across our region. What I'm tracking in the forecast tonight.
And more evacuations drop tonight with thousands returning to their neighborhoods. Today we spoke to them and bring you their stories tonight. Good evening and thank you for joining us here for the Night Report on KREM 2 News. I'm Brandon T. Jones. Sydney has the night off. We start things off tonight with yet another round of large evacuation drops. Right here on your screen is a live look at the current evacuations that remain in place tonight. Earlier today, all evacuations surrounding the Fairview Fire were completely cleared, along with a large amount of level 1 evacuations near the Old Trails Fire and the Autumn Lanes Fire. With those dropped evacuations, thousands are now returning to their neighborhoods, many finding that their home is now gone. This is video of evacuees coming home following the lifted evacuations. As you can see, the fires left devastation in their wake, and now homeowners are left to deal with the aftermath. Tonight, officials held a community meeting to give information and updates about the Fairview Fire and to connect community members with the resources they need. KREM 2's Caitlin Galloway was at the meeting earlier tonight.
Here at the Union Events Center in Mead, local law enforcement, fire departments, elected officials, and disaster relief organizations spoke to the community to make sure they understood the resources that are available. Now that most of the evacuations have been lifted, residents are left with questions about how to start the rebuilding process. Monday night, experts and officials from around the region attempted to answer those questions and get people impacted by the Fairview Fire specifically connected with the resources they need.
We're here in North Spokane, and I want to make sure that folks know that North Spokane, had a lot of loss. And as your Fire District 9 Fire Chief, we want to make sure that we brought those resources right here to this area of Spokane.
Whether people needed information about insurance, resources from the Red Cross, or information from officials about safely returning home, each organization and agency emphasized their commitment to helping the community recover and rebuild, which many in the audience appreciated.
Having your community resources available to you, it helps you realize, first off, knowing who is in your community. It also helps you realize that there are resources to help you and to pass on to other people you love and care about.
Officials continue to urge people to be safe and wear protective equipment when returning home. Despite the Washington State Insurance Commission issuing executive orders to protect and support homeowners, and elected officials expediting building permits and waiving most of the cost, Sheriff John Knowles says the building process will still likely be expensive and time-consuming.
I will tell you the average FEMA payout for personal assistance, $9,000. The maximum payout from FEMA for personal assistance, $47,000. I don't want you to expect that the federal government is going to come in and write you a $350,000 check to rebuild your house. They're not going to do it. And when we're done here, if you want to come scream at me and yell at me about it, I'll yell with you. But I want to manage expectations.
This is the first of several meetings this week meant to connect people with the resources and information they need. In Mead, Caitlin Galloway, KREM 2 News.
Well, the neighborhoods along 9 Mile Road got hit especially hard during the Autumn Lane fire. Now, residents are sifting through the rubble, trying to find anything that can be saved. For Jennifer Carvo, coming back to what's left of her home off 9 Mile Road, it's surreal. But she found hope in the ruins today. Her grandmother's diamond wedding ring.
I think everybody's going to deal with it differently, and just to know that it's going to take time for us to recover. And it was really fast, but I'm thankful for, I have my family, my dogs, and we'll rebuild.
Well, Let's go ahead and get a check of the weather with meteorologist Cody Proctor. Cody, the air quality cleared up a bit today, but what are we expecting as the week moves on?
Well, one thing I can tell you, Brandon, is that as we head into tonight, our air quality actually just dropped right now. I took a look at our most recent numbers, and Spokane is currently in the unhealthy category at this time. It's a big jump compared to where we were at earlier this afternoon and evening when we were hanging out in those moderate categories. Now it's sometimes disheartening to see their air quality numbers drop or increase as we head into the evening and as we downgrade in those categories. And it's no surprise why we're seeing that unhealthy air quality right now, because it's not only our fires here that have been burning with the Autumn Lane, the Fairview, and with the Old Trails fire, but there are multiple other fires around the Northwest and around the inland Northwest that's impacting our air quality right now. So we are currently in that unhealthy category at this time. We're still expecting to be unhealthy as we head into tomorrow. And when we take a look at our smoke forecast, it's really no surprise right here when we see our models just how smoky it could potentially be, because as you can see on this map right here, there are other fires. We've got the Little Giant fire, we have the Sinlahican fire, the Kaiser Canyon, the Maudride. There are multiple other fires that are still impacting a lot of folks right now with their air quality as well. As we take a live look towards downtown Spokane at this time, it's hard to see that it is smoky out there, but we certainly saw that when I was heading home for my dinner hour. Temperatures right now are currently at 73 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at 6 miles per hour. That's not really blowing that smoke out of our area. The good news is as we continue to cool down tonight, our relative humidity starts to pick up. We need that moisture. We need that humidity. Temperatures around the region mostly into those 70s to low 80s. Sandpoint, though, is down into the low 60s for us tonight. At least our winds for most of us are calm to light. Maybe less so towards Kettle Falls and Wenatchee from what we're seeing right there. Next 12 hours for us should be fairly quiet, and tomorrow morning we are looking at a fair amount of sunshine, but still expect that haze to stick around for us. We're also looking at highs tomorrow in the mid 80s for us with that smoke and dry conditions. Wednesday could also be another dry day for us, but there's some other concerns in the forecast. I'll break that down for you coming up later.
Well, new body camera video is shedding light on the early moments of the Old Trails fire, including evacuation efforts and information that helped lead investigators to arrest arson suspect Aaron Fairnacci. The video from an Airway Heights police officer shows thick smoke hanging over a neighborhood as people scramble to evacuate. Families are gathering their belongings and their pets, while two teenagers and a man tell officers they may be able to identify the person who started the fire.
I'm gonna grab one of you guys as a witness.
Don't they have to have somebody?
Yeah, I'm gonna take you, unless you need both of them, but can I have both of them?
You can have both of them.
So ride with him, and you guys will stay together. You're all witnesses.
Okay.
Hey, I got your witnesses here. It's 2 juveniles and then a adult male. We're right where Kittlestead is. Or the guy that bounced, yeah, this bald guy. If you recognize him, we'll pull over and you just tell me, okay? So actually, I'll have you hang on to those.
Okay. He's got a whole fanny pack full of matches.
The audio cut out right after that last comment you just heard, and court records say Fairnacci later admitted to starting the fire and said he often carried cigarettes or marijuana, giving him an excuse for having a lighter. The body camera video does not show Fairnacci. He was initially released because of lack of evidence, but 2 days later, he was arrested and charged with arson. Well, now over a week since the fires were started, fire crews say there was no new growth on the Spokane area fires over recent days. They remain at just under 10,000 acres total, and crews have also managed to increase containment on all 3 fires. So here's a look at where containment stands for each of them. The Autumn Lane fire is 73% contained. Both the Old Trails and Fairview fires are 53% contained. And we're starting to learn about the cost of fighting these fires. The total cost, listen to this, as of last night is more than $23 million. That number does not take into account the cost of damages, just the cost of firefighting. All right, we got more to get to tonight on the Night Report. Coming up, a childhood home and decades of memories gone in the fire. But 2 best friends say the memories they made together are something no fire can take away. Their story in just 90 seconds.